What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we finally cleared Kay's name from Sheena, and we're in the sort of neutral room where we've got both embassy ambassadors in there, and Agent Lang, and we're trying to get to the other side. We're trying to get in. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady! You may address me as Miss Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabest in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I'll outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yadagarasu. The smuggling ring. Perhaps I should ask Francisca a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. Ah, and I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Paleno for all that he has done for me. Why is he so helpful? He seems so sketchy. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean the Babalese ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Babalese ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Francisca, as your subordinate, I am part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Shangfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special Babalese ink, and it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babalese ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babal. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Kochin was smuggling large amounts of Babalese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. But there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes. And while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babalese embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I'll find them. Okay, now let's talk with Palermo, or whatever his name is. Ambassador Paleno, I am in your debt. No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You've really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. No, that's quite all right. Oh, well, how about this then? And what exactly? She just explained it to you, man. It's fountain pen ink, known as Babalese ink. It's made exclusively in Babal. So this is Babalese ink. We make it right from wit crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Great! Wonderful! I guarantee to you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabest. Bost. So we're going to go gather whatever info we can over on the Babalese side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss Von Karma to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, oh right, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away no matter where you are. I'll let you know when the time comes. Ooh, it's so fancy in here. A lot of weapons. Hmm? Whoa, 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 whoa! Ooh, yeah. Oh, what do you think you're doing to my subordinate? Oh dear. Powers, powers, powers. Butz? Butz? Oh, right. Didn't Powers retire? Oh, right. Something. Oh. Butz? Edgy! Oh, thank the heavens you're here! I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. The raven. It appeared. Poof! And then disappeared. Swoosh! And though I am the steel samurai, my sword, it... Ah, I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore. Who is this fruitcake? I am Larry of the House of Butz, married man of Neo Old Tokyo, my lady. Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder again? I see. That is quite the bind. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yeah, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butz. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, you're... Wait, hold on. Larry! It was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph? Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece. What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? So, this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime rib roast. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into this embassy, mask to mask 2? Mask to mask 2? Holy crap. It really is like the same mask to mask costume. Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butz is innocent of all wrongdoing. Man, a lot of proving innocent. Shifu, we've identified the victim. Good work. I'll take that report now. Agent Lang, will you mind if I take a peek at his will? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang! Bad is still on the force? Agent Lang. Will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. You, let the detective see the file. Oh, that went down the wrong pipe. Oh dear. Oh. Oh my. Oh, that burns. Oh, okay. You're Detective Bad. Ugh. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. You weren't expecting me? Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a card was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well. And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you gonna make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I am in your debt, Detective Bad. About the murder of Damask, too. Would you be willing to fill me in on the few of the details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask too, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room? Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take their seat? The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down a chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry Butz, you really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Oh, the Butz. When it smells, it's the Butz. There's a bird's nest. 2 gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers are as lovely as these must have an equally as lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look like important work to me. It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. Ba 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 ba. So this is the victim, Damask 2. What is with this gaudy outfit? You don't know about Mask Damask? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu. I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. Damask liked high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask. That's alright. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? I thought that Damask had quit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashi No. Ha ha! Get a casino! Ah! He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask 2. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. It'd be weird for the original Damask to be back in business and get murdered. If you guys remember from, what's the third game? I think it's the third game with Damask. Second? I don't remember. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Prima Duck statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Prima Duck statue? I bet it's Blondie from the other embassy who gave me the ink. It's gotta be. Probably. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's a Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I'll only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. Okay. I thought that Damask... Oh, right. Alright, I got it! Come on! Stop! Okay, let's take a look at the hat. Not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know? You could buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold? Since when? Since around New Year's. The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out, Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly. We got your point about three foolishes back, Francisca. I think that's everything. Let's back out of here. Wait, hold on. What about this, What about this thing? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damask 2 used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was out to steal. Alright, that's it. I'm out of here. Let's question Larry about that thing now. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I got a few things I've got to ask you too. What is it? It's like, both you and him. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And Francie, what about that promise you made to me? Promise? What promise? The one where you said you'd model for my next book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yo! I made no such promise. Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the Butz. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Oh, so many things. Before I do anything, I want to present the blade. Hey, that's an official Steel Samurai weapon. Huh? What? You want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many fans ask that of me. What are you prattling on about now? Steel Samurai Sushi Slice! How's that? I bet it sets shivers up your spine. I'll let myself get caught up in being a spectator. How could I have failed myself? Well, it's been about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Fridays, and bye-bye!